Who is the MVP of the league? Is it? I mean, I'm making it seem like it's a done deal. Is it to you?
Everyone's making it seem like it's a done deal. I don't think so. I don't think it's a done deal. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have something to say about it. Lamar gets to play Pittsburgh on a Saturday game, national TV, like a standalone game. There's only 2 games that day. The other one's Houston, Kansas City. If Mahomes doesn't play, I doubt people really watch that game the same way. They're going to watch Lamar versus Russell Wilson. They're going to watch Baltimore, Pittsburgh. It's going to be an epic matchup. He could go off. I think the Steelers, I think everyone thinks of the Steelers because they're leading the division right now. They think like, oh, the Steelers are up here and Baltimore's down here. I don't see it that way. I think Baltimore's a legit force. I think Lamar, he's going to have 3 weeks here to show that he's been ridiculous lately. And I think he's been ridiculous under the radar. So not to take anything away from Josh, he's probably my favorite quarterback to watch. But I just think that there's more football to be played. And, you know, if for whatever reason Josh Allen regresses and throws a couple head scratcher interceptions in the red zone in this last, part of the season, and Lamar does what Lamar has been doing, like throwing more touchdowns than incompletions, and then he has a crazy highlight reel run, yeah, look out. I mean, it could be a split vote. They could share it. Lamar could come, the tortoise and the hare, we'll see. Like, you never know, but it's definitely fun to talk about. And right now, no doubt it's Josh Allen, but it's not a 15-game season.
So like quarterback to quarterback, what do you love most about Lamar Jackson's game? Because he is kind of doing it all right now.
Well, I think what I love the most is that, and I don't understand, like he doesn't get credit for what he is as a pocket passer, as a full field pocket passer. A lot of quarterback coaches, like they'll cut the field in half and they'll say like, okay, if it's zone, play over here. And if it's man, play over here. So it's like 1-2 is your progression, 3, or on this side, 1-2, check down 3. And I don't know. I don't really love the paint by numbers. Like, I just think it limits what you can be. It's like painting in black and white. Like, sure, it can be awesome, but like, I don't think it's limiting. Lamar has a huge portion of his passing game that is a full field, pure progression passing game. He'll literally start way to the left and end up way to the right, or vice versa. And I just think because he's such an amazing runner, probably the most explosive runner that's ever played, you kind of like, I don't know, don't give him the credit he deserves for some of that other stuff. So I do love watching that part of his game.
It is fascinating though. Mike Tomlin's had his number. I think he's more terrified of a Joe Burrow than a Lamar Jackson. I guess we'll see what happens this time around, but he's had his way with Lamar.
Yeah, you're right. And I think because it's a team sport, it's not a one person thing. When Baltimore plays people, they're usually the more athletic team and the more physical team. Like they take the fight to you. People are a little intimidated by Lamar as the runner, his speed, athleticism. Now they got Derrick Henry, but Pittsburgh, at least the last time they played, Pittsburgh was more physical. Pittsburgh was more athletic. They got guys that can set an edge. As a wide receiver in the last game, I think it was maybe a 2-point play or a goal line play, and they tried to run basically Lamar on a kind of like a quarterback toss sweep, and they had a wide receiver. Baltimore had a wide receiver trying to block. I think it was a linebacker type. And like, if there's a saying, like no edge, no chance. If you can't set the edge as a blocker or as a defender, you have no chance to be successful. And it's really just that physicality that Pittsburgh, they're not intimidated by it. And there's an intangible when you play a guy like Lamar Jackson. Most teams, they get intimidated. Like pass rushers don't pass rush. They pass rush and they're like, okay, don't lose contain. It's just different. And the Steelers understand Lamar. They just understand it all. And I think they don't have like big, slow, typical defensive end type, like the Michael Strahan type, to use a guy from my generation. He was like the perfect defensive end, but he would struggle if you left him in space with like a zone read quarterback. That wasn't his game. Even like a DeMarcus Ware, like that wasn't his game. TJ Watt, like that style of guy, like he's more linebacker than he is D end, and so like I think it gives you a little bit of an athleticism bump.
For the latest and greatest in football journalism, subscribe at golongtd.com.